thank you. The 2013 legislative session begins in Boise tomorrow with Governor Butch Otter's annual State of the State address. Lawmakers could act on a range of issues this year, but there is one in particular they must act on. And Eric Fink joins us now to talk about that issue, one that could pit some lawmakers head-to-head with the governor. Right, Eric?
Indeed, Rachel. Lawmakers must decide whether to support the governor's proposed state-based health insurance exchange under Obamacare. It's a proposal from Otter that may meet some opposition from members within his own party.
I think it is a states' rights issue, that we should be at the table.
Hours away from his State of the State address, Governor Butch Otter acknowledges his preference of a state-based health insurance exchange might face resistance from conservative lawmakers in the House and Senate, who view the Affordable Care Act as an assault on Idahoans' freedoms.
It really comes down to the view of many in the legislature that this is not an appropriate federal role. And even though the Supreme Court approved the Affordable Care Act and said it was constitutional, they just don't want to have any part of it.
Under the ACA, by 2014, everyone must buy health insurance or pay a penalty. That federal requirement puts state rights champions like our governor in a corner because he now must rely on other lawmakers to vote for his vision.
I see nothing wrong or nothing liberal or maybe even nothing conservative about preserving all of our options and to back away from the table and just say, hey, you folks come in and set your own up.
And we will have reaction from lawmakers tomorrow night at 5 and 6 o'clock on today's 6, and then again at 9 o'clock on our sister station, Fox 9. Rachel?
All right. And Eric, I know we've heard a lot about health care reform so far, but there could be a lot more that the governor addresses tomorrow in his speech. Do you have any idea what else we might be hearing about tomorrow?
Well, the governor really wants to address repealing Idaho's personal property tax on business equipment. He called that a drag on Idaho's economy. He wants to see that go. Also, education reform. Voters said no to the governor and Superintendent Tom Luna in November. They rejected the Students Come First vision. Now state leaders must come up with a new approach. Otter says he wants to redirect the education conversation by gathering a task force. But I've talked to some lawmakers who want to act on 2013, so it'll be interesting to see where the education debate goes. And also, I would not be surprised to hear the governor mention something in the wake of the Sandy Hook shootings in Newtown about how to strengthen school safety. And then, of course, there's the possibility that, Rachel, we just don't know what's out there. We don't know what's going to be making news throughout the winter and early spring. We just can't necessarily predict every issue.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to it tomorrow. We'll have a lot more tomorrow night after we hear that speech. All right, Eric, thank you. And you can catch the governor's State of the State address